Are we're live? We're live, yes, I guess, no? I would guess, so I don't know. My PC seemed to be running perfectly fine as of nowhere, so I wanted to stream, I guess. I had a tiny interest in doing something of that sort, So yeah. Let me take this out of here. And also, I think it was this one. Yeah. Okay, let me just in case also edit this. Okay. Let me make this tinier. Okay, there it is. Very well. Haha, just chatting. Literally nothing else. I don't know. It has been kind of a long time since the last occasion that I had to stuff also while streaming. So, I guess I am simply deciding to stream because, in a sense, I really find it kind of sad to see that sometimes people has the opportunity to stream, to live, and to, more than anything else, always, to enjoy being here. And to not take advantage of that opportunity whenever we can is kind of crazy. So yeah, basically that is the main motivator for this today. Here we are standing in a very chill room, literally just chatting, nothing more, nothing else, because I don't know. I don't really see it as the most necessary thing, but I still very much enjoy talking when I can, let's say. I know that I have ways in which it can be more I wouldn't say simply enjoyable. It has another depth, let's say like that. To add more layers of depth into everything. And to not properly do it is kind of I was going to say a dishonor, not really, more like just a sad part of it, because at the end of the day, most of the time, when you can create, why limit yourself and not do it when you can? So yeah, but basically that is what's happening here. We have the opportunity, therefore we are taking it by, in this case, obviously, me streaming. So yeah, very, very, very well, I guess. Let me see. I don't know. I think we, as always, as I tend to say, most of the time when we end up simply chatting, it is very crazy to see that here we are, after so many time, still standing strong with a lot of interest still behind anything that we do over here, so very nice to see that we are still kind of determined to get somewhere with all of this project and all of that sort of stuff too. So well, here we are basically. Here we are very, very, very well. And I don't know. It has been kind of a rough, or not, as in the life of the potato, more than anything else, the heat has kind of killed me for the last 2 weeks, I think it was. I don't know precisely how much. I also, in the middle, kind of got sick, so it was very, very, a very crazy trip overall. I really, I don't know how much time really went by, but the point is, here we are, and we were, as always, capable of persevering and doing what we enjoy. So nice. I mean, who wouldn't like to once again do something like this, And basically that. Now, we have kind of found some new problems, as always. As I think it is kind of unavoidable to find every single time that we keep progressing. I wouldn't say personally that after every single one of the streams I find problems, but an accurate proportion would be something like, I don't know, around maybe how much? Let me try to think about it properly. Maybe between 10, no, 10 is too tiny. I would say 30. Between 30 and 40% of the time. After I finish a stream, I noticed that, wow, I could use some changes on this stuff, or I could try to work myself a little bit more on this side. Or we are already improving on this particular thing that I also noticed in the past. So, very nice as always. And yeah, as I said, it is kind of unavoidable. I will guess it comes from the side of having any particular interest in doing anything minimally enjoyable, because at the end of the day, obviously, if there is no drive to try and make it good, therefore the whole creation of it and the whole goodness that it has by itself ends up not being properly, I wouldn't simply say projected to others, more like spread for the rest of the world to see, to perceive, and to not. Yet the problem is not to do it for the sake of others simply noticing and wow, I want to be noticed, but more like, okay, I think this is kind of a proper term. You can put your efforts toward creating a good piece of art, and if you create a good piece of art, people is going to notice that you literally created a good piece of art because it is good, because even an experience I can see it and say, wow, this is very fine, and this is very much enjoyable. So for that same sake, or for that same idea, kind of, it is that trying to think and trying to find what is it that we can keep improving, and as I said, also on every kind of aspect, and as much as we can, because at the end of the day, it is part of the process itself to not allow commodity to enter and to not rest with things that could get any amount of change whatsoever. I could have said something more like, not said, I could have put it into different words. Let's say it that way, more logical. I could have put it into different words, like, you may not really spend as much time working, and your art is still going to be fine, but on a deeper sense, while it is kind of true that, yeah, you have in some ways no obligation to exhort yourself, you still have, I wouldn't say a necessity, but almost an already proven motive to try and make what you're doing something good. Because if at the end of the day, I guess, yeah, it comes not only from creating something that others can enjoy, but what you yourself can enjoy. And if you decide to not pay attention to what you desire to improve upon, then you might as well be failing completely with even that original vision that you had at some point, no? And basically that, nowadays. Basically that. To see how we can keep improving on whichever sense it is that we're talking about. And I don't know, it never stops being enjoyable. And also, even more obviously, it never stops being a nice opportunity to be here, basically. So yeah, I kind of unnecessarily overextended what I wanted to say. That was, yeah, so that is the reason as to why we are here. Hello as always, everybody. Hello lurkers, hello bot watchers, hello. I guess, yeah, sometimes, I don't know, to simply flow is a very amazing gift, and in that same sense, sadly, I lost a little bit of that capacity because not any real limiter, but rather I have once again found commodity, or not commodity as in, how to say it, the kind of safety behind doing it the way in which we had whiteboard behind us, and where I explained the stuff that I was talking about also visually, because at the end of the day, sometimes I myself kind of need that to follow what I am going through, because not that I completely lose myself in what I speak, more or just that I fear at the idea of repeating the parts of the concepts that I touch upon. Therefore, if I can properly see it in front of me and properly have it displayed as in, yeah, you already have a talk about this, and this other part. Now you might as well continue on this particular part, or not this particular as in also decided, because anybody who has been on my, as I tend to categorize them, list streams, I really don't go by any particular pre-existing concepts. More like I say that I kind of know about the idea beforehand, and I base the rest of the stream around what I have in my mind. But simply to see that, yeah, all of these things were already said. Therefore, the continuation of the concept itself is on this side, or might be born from this new other side, instead of simply unnecessarily, as I said before, watching the same part again. Because, I mean, I don't think every single time it happens, but when the reality is that you sadly touch upon so many topics, and you sadly even more, in my case, I guess, ramble so much, you end up on a necessary basis finding yourself that, or in yourself, that you might as well want to see where to move on, and what is it that you have already observed. Because yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is more than anything else done for the sake of also my own enjoyment, and in that sense it is that I pretty much, not that I get angry, as in, wow, I cannot believe this, I smash stuff when I do it, or I finish every stream and I get completely out of control and I decide to break things on my house. No, more like, you notice that you did bad and you want to correct those type of behaviors as soon as you can, because at the end of the day, you had a particular objective, or if it wasn't so clear, at the very least, you had some place where you want to keep moving towards, no? So, basically something like that, I guess. Okay, give me a second. And yeah, I don't know. It is always nice to be here, basically. Also, hello. Okay. How do you say it? I heard that you say like gacha. Is it I mean, it is like that, no? Gacha, instead of simply gacha. I always thought it was like gacha, but I now stand corrected, kind of. Gacha. Yeah. Sicha, CCA. What? No, wait, what? CCA. What? Sicha. Yeah, okay. Okay, no, yeah. The second one was kind of hard. But yeah. But yeah. Welcome. I sorry for forcing you to explain yourself. But yeah, as I was trying to say, hello, welcome. I hope you are having a good time zone. I don't know, time zone. Let's keep it like that. And I hope everything is going fine. Here we are, simply chatting. Basically that I guess I had some other stuff to do in the meanwhile, so while I work on those, I decided to stream, because at the end of the day, why not? Kind of the main objective of everything, to enjoy it. Because to sit in silence is sometimes kind of I was going to say painful. I don't think it is simply painful. It is more like it can be more enjoyable. Let's say like that. And I don't. Yeah, maybe I say it not from a side of what I am working on. Oh yeah, I have to get some stuff ready. I have to get some what is it? Wait, how is it in English? I have to get some appliances. I think it is. They are ready because we are going to go out in. Yeah, we haven't defined the date, but we're going out with some friends and all of that stuff. So I need to have my equipment ready to have a suitable trip, basically, and to be on the exterior probably, because at the end of the day, kind of as everybody has, or well, we're going on a trip, therefore we need to have our equipment. So to stay safe, to have your cords, your fire, all of that, So yeah, basically on that. Yeah, and I was kind of thinking about something along the lines of, I don't know. I was putting my mind towards maybe it could have been a hand cam, but I never connected my telephone to the PC for anything like that, so I don't know how that works, first, and second, I don't even know if my PC can handle that, I guess. But maybe in the future I could try. I guess, yeah, I mean, sadly I didn't think about it early enough. Or well, I don't know, life happens, and sometimes we wish we had more time to stream and all of that stuff, Or not only to stream, to get everything ready. But I don't know, I think in a sense that is also the beauty of this, to see that even if not every part is perfectly set up, you have the chance of still going and still doing something that people can very much enjoy, I guess. But yeah, basically that. Yeah, I was also kind of rambling a little bit before that. What was I about? I think. Yeah, it was all simply on a similar kind of tangent to once again allow and to once again try to work on the different stuff that you find that you need to work, because at the end of the day, I mean, we always have things to process, and we have always things that we need to do. And I don't know, I guess I had been pretty much still asking the same question lately, as in a sense of I want to find the proper response to this. I think I have once again found something very interesting to try and analyze. I have really found myself having a hard time getting a concept that I can put into words, if it is that I have it, or at the very least to properly understand it, because I might not even understand what I am trying to talk about, in the sense of you have things that you want to do, yes, and supposedly one of the main ideas is you lack enough comprehension about it, and you lack enough motivation and all of that. But in reality, I will kind of say, if you really understood that you had something to deal with, or you had something to do, you wouldn't really find yourself paralyzed, I guess. So I try to see it from the side of not maybe, we don't have properly developed understanding about it, but in a sense, how to say it. And so I like thank you. I all of those emotes were handmade. I never really paid anybody, sadly. I mean, this is everything that we see so far is self-funded, so I didn't pay anybody at that point in time. Maybe in the future, when we grow a little bit bigger, we're going to get more proper emotes, trying to still match these vibes, these already existing one vibes, sorry. But I don't know, I also like them. I mean, sadly, or well, consciously in reality, the one I decided to, yeah, I exported from another image that I very much also liked is, give me a second. What is it? That one. I think that particular emote is incredibly powerful. Not powerful, but powerful might not be the word, but how to say it. Very chill. I don't know. It has an special aura to it, let's say. So I don't know, kind of crazy. In a sense, you wouldn't really expect to see, or you would be surprised to see how many things can be said with simply emotes. I guess. I mean, I don't know. It it all it from the outside at the very least, it all seems very wonderful. The whole community that exists around, in this particular case, emotes, and the whole idea of having images representing emotions and all of that to such an state that you can completely comprehend the situation by simply watching, in a sense, chat, the emotes that they use and all of that. Very, very, I guess, crazy. I don't really know, nor I want to make it sound more than what it might really be, because at the end of the day, it still is a fucking people laugh, not something that you say, wow, they were using this particular set of emotes to talk about government. No, hardly you are going to find stuff like that, but you still can get a whole grasp about I would guess collective consciousness that exists on chats, something like that. I don't know. Well, basically that. It always feels nice to see how different people deal with the emotes. In a sense, the only kind of sad thing that I have in mind when I talk about emotes is, sadly, the more mainstream streamers don't have so much personalization with their own emotes, but maybe in a sense that is kind of the funny about it, because I wouldn't say, yeah, maybe in the vast majority of people is not even going to be thinking about subscribing for whatever reason. So to limit the emotes that you have behind a paywall is incredibly limiting, even more for a community that wants to grow by itself, I guess. So in I don't know, maybe it isn't directly born from the side of, wow, this is such a good thing to have. I don't think that many people really spends hours thinking, well, should I really make emotes for myself, or should I simply utilize these other type of extensions that add emotes for everybody to use, and add to those things the emotes that everybody seems to be using also on other chats. I don't think every single streamer does that, but for whichever reason it is that it is a reality, that the bigger streamers have so many personalized, yeah, quote unquote personalized, obviously, already existing ones, but a bigger variety of emotes, basically. Because they have all of that, it always feels nice. It also contributes to what I was kind of trying to talk about before. You enter a chat and you see, wow, there are people off. Okay, my chat bros are laughing at these two. I can now join with the whole chat and laugh myself once again, because this is so funny. A streamer says something funny, haha. Or yeah, basically that, I guess. I don't know. Maybe in a weird sense, yeah, and that is what I was trying to say. It feels weird because that is one thing on one side with normal people, or with, yeah, I think the more proper category will be with flesh tubas, as in with flesh streamers. But I don't know. I never really stopped to think about it. It seems kind of weird to notice now that it is so much more common to have so many emotes done that are behind the paywall when you're a Vtuber. I mean, I don't know, I might simply lack a proper knowledge about all of that stuff. Maybe. Yeah, I guess, in a sense, every single, every single really big streamer might be like that. As it might be kind of a given that people wants to have that those many tools to also, I mean, it also adds more communication between the chat and you as the creator. Let's say, even if you don't want to see it as that, as in it becomes more faceless, it is still, yeah, the images themselves convey more concepts than simple words or whatever kind of long text, and even more, I will guess, if you have, as obviously as big streamers do, incredibly fast-paced chats, you might as well not have the possibility of stopping to read every single thing that is posted and every single idea or point of view that is given from people. So you understand that chat is having a great time when they post or when they spam people off or haha funny or those type of emotes. Yes, instead of simply having to wonder about, oh my god, I don't know, is people really enjoying this? I guess in a sense, I was. It might also make sense from that side why people also utilizes the emotes combo thingy, that one that tells like in this last minute or something like that, this amount of people has utilized this amount of this particular emotes and all of that, and you can get a pretty well base, a pretty round comprehension once again about the whole mood of the chat, I guess. But I don't know. That is, going back into the point itself was, on one side you have that with big people, on the other, I don't know if it is only with VTubers or with tiny people that somehow you find a lot more of, you should have your emotes born from the VTuber itself, or you shall have your emotes born from, this particular side. I mean, the most common thing is always to only have emotes from the VTuber, if not that, from the whole group or stuff like that, if they are big enough, I guess. But I don't know. Once again, I have to accept that I really don't even watch that many big people on the VTubing sphere, I guess. So my point is completely flawed. I mean, I really watch any streams whatsoever. Nowadays, I am finally getting into it, and not even only from the entertainment side. That yes, it is always nice to have, but obviously also from the side of you might as well want to watch something that you can also find nice to have in front of you, let's say. And I guess in that sense, I don't know. Sadly, I don't enjoy that much TikTok content or that sort of stuff, so I wouldn't even think about stopping and watching big leagues streamer. Almost no matter who it is, because too much input. I mean, I already found myself in that space before, in that mental space where I said, you know what, I want to watch these people and I want to be, wow, I want to be amazed every 2 seconds or something like that. And I don't know, I want to say something, but those might not be the best words. How to say it? In a second. You kind of give yourself a concussion by doing something like that, so I after realizing how brain dead I was becoming, I decided to stop a little bit. So yeah, basically, that is the whole reason as to why also nowadays it is kind of hard for me to watch anybody who is out of my bounds, let's say. I don't know. I mean, still, on that same sense, also, it sadly happens that it still is a human nature by itself. So, as much as I am pandering about it right now, I am in no way whatsoever capable of avoiding it. If I find myself out of nowhere in front of that content, like, I think it was today, even, I didn't even notice that I was not. I ended up spending like an hour or so watching. It was a fucking hour, no, it was hell of an hour. It is still is a fucking lot. Shorts and all of that stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. I guess that is the crazy thing about algorithms and such. I don't know. Crazy. Crazy. And nothing else. But well, basically that, I guess. Let me... I mean... Yeah, I don't know. Aside from that, I kind of lost what I was saying, like, at this point, probably, how much? 10 minutes ago or something like that, so kind of hard for me to get back into it. But yeah, I was also wondering these past few days about the whole thing about, yeah, I guess, about itself, how to keep providing something that can be interesting, not from my side. I so far find it very much entertaining. I would believe that if I found my stuff out of nowhere, I can properly fulfill that requirement, or not completely needed requirement, kind of good guide of will you watch yourself in that sense. So yeah, in that sense, now seeing what else it is that we might want to advance, and I don't know, it gets crazy. It gets very crazy to hear so many people have so completely different opinions about it. I guess to see that the best thing is, because you can find that there is no real consensus about what is the most necessary thing to do, it is that you can see that the possibility of doing it good and doing it correctly, and even more obviously enjoying it, is always there. You simply need to work on finding that formula that works for you, in the sense of that makes you feel good while you do it. And I guess I don't know. It never stops being weird to see people simply getting into stuff and getting into projects because of the money. Most of the time, I mean, not unnecessary hyperbole, more like around 90% of the time. 90% of the time, the things that you're going to do are not even going to work. And if you believe that by getting into something because of the money, wow, this is going to be so great, it doesn't really make what you're doing great in any way whatsoever. And even more, if your only focus is in that particular case money, when you see that not only thinking about money is necessary, it gets hard, my man. It gets incredibly hard, I will guess. I say it usually as a guess because, crazily enough, I think I don't have so much to worry about it. Therefore, I can do it more wholeheartedly to a certain degree. Obviously, I will try to say probably the more real sense of, yeah, this will be completely relaxed with the money and the numbers and all of that, will be if I literally had no necessity whatsoever of money. If I was, I don't know, a millionaire, I think that I am not even close to being. Therefore, there is still a little bit of concern about it, but it doesn't override the main idea, and it doesn't in any way whatsoever alter different objectives. I guess that is also part of finding proper pace to go. I will say, or I will try to argue, as to a certain degree. If you out of nowhere believe that you are kind of obliged to do stuff faster than what is really needed, or if you were to find yourself kind of, I wouldn't simply say unmotivated, I don't know, I would simply argue lost in the middle, because sometimes it happens that it isn't that you're just simply are unmotivated, you're just lost, it happens like that. And because you're lost now, you want to see where you want to go next. And when you have so many opportunities given to you, if you haven't at that point, once again, defined what makes it enjoyable for you, it is that you are once again going to struggle. But I don't know. People always seems to be going crazy about it, I guess. In any case whatsoever, the time itself is spent on doing what you enjoy, and the time itself, the use more clearly, obviously, on what you can call a good experience is first and foremost a necessary part of the, I wouldn't say simply project. I wouldn't argue that every single project needs to be like that, but of the process, I think I said the process of the process, what? I think I said something like that, what the fuck? More correctly, let's say, a part of the conception of something great, let's say. And if you can't do it like that, you might as well struggle more than what is really necessary, because I guess, I also have been thinking kind of in the same pathway about how sometimes, well, no, not sometimes, most of the time we find ourselves believing that things are going to be much easier than what they are really, what they really are in reality. And I think the best kind of answer that I found was, it happens because we overgeneralize and we overestimate stuff. Because, for example, it is easy to simply, in my case, it is easy to simply go live, it is easy to simply talk, it is easy to simply be here, it is easy to simply exist, let's say, in a different way, and it is always easy to do something rather than not do it. And because not only these particular things are affecting me, but also because I have so many other stuff that exist at the same time, and that also kind of gives me the validation of, this is easy. I end up in some place getting lost in the concept of so many things are easy, everything might as well be easy. Therefore, at some point, I start to believe that even life itself is easy. Because I don't, after having tried really hard, I don't really remember anybody having told me explicitly life is going to be easy. I know, yes, at some point in my life, as every guy does, you find in some particular media those kind of messages, but it is kind of already implicit that those things are in a way wrong, so you don't really take them seriously. But I haven't had a discussion with anybody where the conclusion was, or one of the points was, life is easy. So I guess in that sense, it is that why we end up developing in that same concept, and that now everything is easier at the very least than what we could have really expected or predicted. I don't really know how to say it, but basically that, on the sense of, not only it happens that we end up overbelieving and overestimating stuff, but sadly, when you find that so many things are so much more harder than what you could have at any other point predicted, you sadly have to deal with the consequence of getting overwhelmed. But I don't know. I think so far we maybe when we have proper knowledge about anything, it is that we can more accurately, I wouldn't say completely, but more accurately predict the difficulty or not of something. But if we don't have it nowadays, for example, that same concept, when you are a very young pre-adolescent slash early adolescent, you believe that really the world is going to be incredibly easy, I will guess. And the more you learn about things, it is that you realize stuff is never really going to be easy. It is only that some things, are incredibly easy, but it doesn't make the world itself in any way whatsoever easy. And I guess it happens with anybody, and it happens with all of the things. But I don't know. I guess the wonder itself is to make it happen, the whole realization itself, obviously, make it happen as fast as possible, because you also obviously don't want to lose time in the middle. As in, I guess it isn't really related to life, I will say, to comprehend how much of an important thing it is time always. In a sense, yes, obviously, the time that we have is literally the amount of life that we have in us, but it doesn't really mean that because you understand time, also now you understand how much you are going to be alive. There is no way whatsoever to do anything of that sort. You never know which kind of, not random, as in life is literally randomly number generated stuff, but in the sense of completely unpredictable patterns that might apply to you particularly, that out of nowhere end up altering the course of your life, or even if they are not only to you, end up altering the course of everything else. And to simply understand how it is that time needs to be taken properly into consideration is to see, in this case, also how it is that you can integrate all of that knowledge into a proper model by which you can kind of go into any particular place. As in, you might want, now that you see, okay, even if I can't properly predict how much time I am going to be alive, I can at the very least say, maybe my particular life is going to be this long, maybe. And not only my life is going to be this long, if I also start these other projects, they might also take this amount of time, because I can think, once again, not only time itself, I can take other things into consideration and all of that. But to do something like that is kind of the hardest thing, once again, because, I mean, I wish we had it installed in us. I guess to a certain degree, probably at this point in time, in the evolution of the whole human species, we are developing ourselves better, and I don't know why it isn't talked about enough. I am pretty sure we are still kind of, in a sense, evolving. In the future, I am pretty sure people is not going to have such a hard time comprehending the stuff that nowadays we see as necessary to have to exist in the modern era, let's say. So yeah, but basically, kind of trying to find once again the point is, if you grasp all of those things all at the same time, you can keep moving towards something quote unquote properly. Once again, there are so many pathways for life that you can't really try to discredit anyone in particular. To do that is to kind of insult somebody else, and even more, to not believe the possibility of of being completely disproven by the reality itself, that is more often than not completely appalling and completely, how is it? I mean, not distractful, but rather heavy, as in, you can't really see everything that happens. Therefore, you can't really see how much, as you think that you are correct, how much you are also wrong. So yeah, if you discredit stuff, you sometimes end up having to deal with realities that are so much more different than what you could have ever predicted, things get shaken in you. But yeah, give me a second. What the fuck? Wait, it's kind of fun, I think. Kind of fun, I guess. Try to close this shit. Okay. Kind of fine, not completely fine. Kind of fine, okay. Kind of fine, yeah. Also, not completely fine, but better than nothing. What also? Can I do this? Is it picked up at the mic if I do this? Oh my god, this is the real ASMR, my man. I can do this. This is quality content, you know. But yeah, anyways, moving on. I don't know. I think we're still doing better than what we could have ever predicted in the past, and we are going to do even greater than what we can predict right now. In that same sense, it is that once again, I believe, yeah, we're once again evolving, or we're not once again, we're constantly evolving. I don't know. I think, okay, I was learning out this concept of was it punctuated equilibrium, something like that, in which no, I think it was punctuated evolution or something like that, because the idea was the steps are are basically that evolution happens in steps, as in a ladder of steps. It isn't something that constantly keeps happening. But I guess, although you might try to argue that things, yeah, sometimes develop much faster than before, as in now that we are pushing towards the what is it? The spatial career once again, with all of this Elon Musk stuff and all of that, and also the masa, the NASA going back into it and all of that. We are getting more advancement than the last, how much was it, 50 years or so combined. But even if that is true, it doesn't really mean that by itself the amount of advancements that are still being made in tiny amounts of time are also very, very noticeable, as in, you know, they all play a huge role. Maybe what I try to say isn't correct because I try to change the core idea, but I think what I want to say is simply we're constantly evolving, and nowadays that my idea is, because we have consciousness, we're moving so much faster than before. In that same sense, maybe yeah, we're still kind of being affected by, there is a plateau of time in which we don't really get anywhere, and after that, out of nowhere, we have a complete transformation of stuff, you know. As I mean, yeah, kind of the same example that I use. We had the first, what was it, space career race. I don't remember how is its name on English, sorry. But we had that at first, and after now, after almost a century, I think it was, of that, we were finally seeing more advancements towards any of that already developed stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it comes from a side of, because one can't really harness, not harness, comprehend time, as in, you know, yeah, how much is 100 years is still, at least for me, kind of impossible to put into any proper balance, you know. So I say it from a side of, maybe we're advancing faster than what we could have ever expected, and that is great. Not that we're not advancing, or stuff like just now we're advancing. I mean, slowly things keep moving towards somewhere. And in that same sense, sorry for going so completely into something that literally affects nobody here. The same thing happens with every single one of us. That is the concept. That is the real concept. That the same thing keeps happening with everyone, and that the same thing is going to be more and more accelerated nowadays. Or well, not only nowadays, but I mean, probably from this last 20 years for onwards, something like that. That we're getting so many advancements, we're getting so many knowledge. Luckily enough, also, although we haven't done the complete proper show of it, we see more people inclined towards learning, I guess. Or yeah, I fear completely to say that and to notice that the whole mass of the world doesn't really find themselves inclined to learn anything. I hope I am completely wrong and every single person now understands the importance of trying to learn anything, because it really is kind of literally a type of entertainment that can't be replicated in any other way by anything else whatsoever. And to not have that, yeah, it isn't only entertainment that is the problem. It is kind of my whole posture, kind of, or my whole point of view is when you can learn, you gain so many things from it, and you gain so many good additions to your life that to boil it down into simply entertainment, knowledge, or anything like that is to underestimate the whole process and the whole thing that is learning by itself. I mean, it might be more from a side of simply wonders, as in, wow, how crazy it is that a brain, something that works like a machine, can integrate new files into it, obviously, but to try and convey that into something that the rest of the world can also try to see. Let's say, as in, you can spend your time learning whatever you want, and you can do it. And the best part is, as long as you find yourself motivated towards doing it, not only you are going to be capable of doing it, you're literally going to have such a great time that time itself will change, or the perception that you have about time itself will change, and things are going to feel so different when you're in that particular space of entertainment that nothing else can really match that particular state of, once again, as I say, I don't know if it is only entertainment, if it is only learning, I don't know, but basically that, I guess. I don't know, I think maybe in a sense, yeah, before going or trying to go back into what I was talking about before, a good way to see it might be to believe that overall the brain loves to have things to take in any way, and all of these algorithms that we have developed nowadays, and all of these tools that we have developed nowadays, and all of these things that we have for the sake of also trying to imitate the act itself of learning are so incredibly powerful, because they are to a certain degree predicated on the same thing, So many things are happening on the screen that you might as well want to not lose even one of the events, and you might not even want to, basically that, to not see and to not lose sight of what is the next upcoming thing, and what is the next patch, what is the next emoji, what is the next whatever, the next movie, whatever. This type of incredibly fast produced entertainment, because at the end of the day, kind of the same happens with the brain. You can't really find yourself interested in something that you completely know, I guess. And if you believe that you're interested in something that you completely know, it happens more from the side of you in reality wanting to see if you properly remember something, and wanting to assess yourself and to check if you're own conception of knowledge that you have about this particular topic is real or not. But I don't know. Going back into this whole idea. Well, I mean, I kind of, yeah, I kind of had going too much. I completely lost myself in the way. Give me a second, I want to go back into it. I think it was interesting. I think it was something like, okay, it happens that you can find yourself really involved in doing something, and you can find yourself really well, yeah. I think the point was we have the opportunity to learn. I think that was something like that, I guess. To enjoy it and to do it properly might as well become one of the most precious things to do in the future. Not as in a scarce value or thing that is going to become more and more scarce, but rather one of the things that might as well be a very good advancement to try and have. I guess, yeah, in a sense, one doesn't really get the society in which they live, I will say. Or at least, yeah, more than anything else, obviously I make that other statement because personally I don't fucking get the societies that surround my existence. So I hope it can happen that the societies themselves are going to motivate people to learn and are going to motivate people to increase the knowledge and increase the amount of consciousness that they have about anything and all of that sort of stuff. I hope. I don't know, and I don't really have a possibility about predicting anything of that sort. I wish, because it seems to be something really useful to have. But I don't know. I truly don't know. And once again, I don't have a chance at saying it with conviction that no, either these societies nowadays are failing at letting people know, or are pushing so hard for this that it is getting lost in the way that you can enjoy it. The only thing I think I can say is that, at least from the potato point of view, you can pretty much enjoy it. Not because obviously it is by itself enjoyable. You always need to find it enjoyable and you always need to work on it to be enjoyable. But you can have it be something that you can enjoy, and you can have it be something that you can use your time on. And when you let it be like that, it is that you once again can see how much kind of, at least nowadays, freedom there is about, I will guess, 99% of the topics are, yeah, basically that, about different things that you can find yourself in, different ideas that you can find, that you can try to digest, that you can use your time in, that whatever, basically. And all of that always obviously feels nice, man, you know? It will always feel nice. I guess, I don't know. I will say that, yeah, we might be doing great, I hope. And yeah, I wouldn't see myself in any way whatsoever more privileged than the average, in the sense of having more access to information or anything like that, aside from the obvious, that is, when you learn to search out for information, you find the information that you want to find. But that doesn't really make it in any other way impossible to obtain, because it is simply part of the process to learn, and it is simply part of the whole nature of having an interest in learning, that you once again learn how to learn and learn where to find or where to search, and learn how to ask and all of that stuff. But I don't know, kind of always crazy, I will guess. I mean, on another side, or on a different note, I guess, we're kind of doing not so great, I will say, as it seems that in reality we're not that much advanced in terms of really finding stuff, at least on internet, that isn't related in any way whatsoever with porn. I guess, yeah, it gets kind of amazing to see how much stuff you can find on that sort, man. I mean, yeah, basically, it never stops being weird to see how money it generates, because it kind of, maybe it is the lack of talk, or I don't know what. It made it be such a silent economy, let's say. It is kind of, I will guess, the same as, for example, water itself. How much you can simply enjoy drinking, not drinking, having water, and how much profit is made because of water itself. It is one of those industries, once again, that provides something that so many people nowadays, at the very least once, that almost nobody has a necessity to talk about it whatsoever. But I don't know. It seems pretty weird also to see the effect of all of that on the brain. But yeah, once again, I sadly have to repeat, I don't know, because I have consumed not even close to enough a certain amount of information that I would say confidently kind of you need to delve so much to find the real solutions, and you need to have such an understanding about the topic, and almost you need to be a master at it to see where things really differentiate themselves, because there seems to be some benefits, there seems to be some completely negative sides. I don't fucking get it. The more you learn, the harder it gets, and the more you learn, the harder it all evolves into, I guess. But I don't know, that maybe is simply the nature before finally finding the answer that you were searching for eons ago, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, basically that. The point was that whole thing is so big that maybe it ends up driving society towards a kind of different reality. I don't know. I don't really like to spend so much time wondering about things that I might as well not even see, because I would like to hope that if it were to be a thing of the future, that people becomes really addicted to that type of adrenaline and to that type of dopamine. I wouldn't be alive to see the whole world become like that. I hope. But it seems that supposedly, at the very least, that is one of the strongest realities in which we are going to live, or one of the strongest possibilities of realities in which we are going to live. Sorry. Yeah. In that sense, it is that kind of crazy to see it like that, man. You don't really want to say in any way that we're kind of content, but maybe we're not going to be doing the best if that is really a reality in which we are going to live. So I don't know. Sometimes people forget that there is stuff more important out there than simply that. I will try to say. Yet, once again, I have to retort to the I don't know. I think we can finally transition into it. How crazy it is that after so many years, or what seems at the very least for a human, so many years, we still have so many questions without any proper answer, and we have so many things without even a proper guide about how to try and go around them, that it is kind of crazy to see, for example, what is really a path, not the path to take in life, what is really a thing, no, the thing to try and do in life. And all of that stuff is kind of crazy. Why did we decide to not allow a completely 100% certain consensus on, I don't know, what is it? Un equal, no, let me think. Unanimous, I think it is unanimous consensus about things like that. But I don't know, I guess so many people living all in the same world and having so many different things, and also I will try to argue that probably diseases themselves in a way alter what ends up being the reality that everybody perceives. I mean, the more you learn about schizophrenia, the more you also see how much of a different world those people live in. Sometimes, depending on their particular type of schizophrenia, obviously, and you also sadly see, or at the very least, become part of a circle that knows and that tells and that is once again an observer of that whole ramification of knowledge in which so many people is affected by so many, I wouldn't simply say conditions, I guess, as in a sense it is kind of derogatory to say condition because they can't really do anything about it. It isn't like, wow, you're crazy. Okay, bro, can you give me a pill so that I can uncrazy myself? It doesn't work like that. At least nowadays. Maybe in the future. I wish, I hope. But at least for the actual present in which we live now, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, sadly we have to deal with the consequences of a reality in which people who is literally living a different world in that sense, comes here and sees, all of these things that make no sense whatsoever to my vision will now modify themselves to allow my personal vision to be the one that reigns and that rules. And I don't know, it is kind of crazy because to a certain degree, obviously this is sadly the most schizophrenic shit that I am going to say here, but maybe what we're living or what we're living in isn't really a proper reality because at the end of the day, you're completely out of your perception is always affected by what the rest of the world says, no? So maybe the perception that we have right now isn't really a good one because at the end of the day, sadly, we also have so many alterations and so many things going on for ourselves, that, I mean, in my case, for example, I don't really know if all of the things that I perceive in this world are real or not, and I can only guess if they are real, and I can only try to do my best to assess if what I am doing, in the case of it being real, becoming or not something important. And I also have to, for example, deal with the consequences, or not the consequences, simply the act of what I am trying to deal with is also is existent in the world of others, or at the very least, obviously, if it has to deal with my body, for example, I don't have an obligation to overbear people with what is my physical own perception about myself, but I can try to ask around and see, okay, is somebody else also experiencing the same thing or not? And if they show it, can I gather some information? Can I become more knowledgeable about these things? Can I gain access to a deeper, more proper understanding of the world that surrounds me or not? And in that process, it is that I think we kind of mix too much things that might as well not be really born from us, Not in the sense of we don't really have a desire to work, but more like we kind of simply just do stuff, and stuff happens to us. And if you out of nowhere find out, okay, yeah, I think a good example is if you find out of nowhere the world that was around you had nothing to do with the real world, you might as well want to question everything. Yet, you don't really have a necessity for doing anything like that right now. Therefore, you're not even going to worry about doing anything like that right now because obviously you have no obligation whatsoever to do anything like that. And I don't know, I don't know. I guess this is always crazy, I would simply say. The world is never a simple place, nor a place in which things kind of make sense most of the time. I also guess. And well, maybe that is part of it. To accept that things don't are bounded to make or not sense. We just make them make sense. Yeah, kind of fucking bars. I stopped for a second there. Kind of fucking bar what I said, man. Uh, I don't think it is like that, but I wish to believe that it works like that. I mean, to a certain degree, yeah. The world is in no relation whatsoever forced to make sense for you. It simply is. And if it wants to make sense, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I guess. But I guess, yeah. The proper advancement from that point onwards is then what becomes crazy is to see that so many things in the world, even if they are in no way whatsoever obligated to make sense, at least as humans we have created ways to make them make sense for others. I mean, we have created language, something that out of nowhere orders what was before random sounds into words that everybody can understand, as long as they also talk the same language. We have, for example, sadly not developed a completely global language that is kind of crazy to see, and even more when you take into consideration that other animals seem to have something very, 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 very similar to a completely global language. So very crazy to see that as humans, we have literally lost against animals. Something that we always try to say, no, wow, the human is the most advanced animal in the world. Not in every area. I I don't know, kind of crazy to see that, But yeah, to notice the different things that alter our realities also to try and make sense out of it. I will try to say, as sadly, not yeah, well, I mean, not even requires to be sad. It just happens that either you notice or not that the world in which you are living needs more comprehension or needs to be more comprehensible. Let's say sorry, and if you can make it be more comprehensible, then you will have an easy time. If not, you will search things that make sense out of it. And if you are in the way find that things that you thought were like this before end up being like that now, as long as you're capable of accepting that and integrating all of that new paradigms that are born from leaving behind what you observed as a given before, you will keep making more and more sense. But I don't know, I think that is kind of the crazy thing once again, to see that we have such a desire for meaning on everything. I guess, yeah, Since I heard it, I haven't stopped thinking about this guy who at some point in his life was very, 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 very deranged about what's the meaning. And the main quote that never leaves my mind is what matters, what matters, what matters, what is matter, what matters, what is the real matter, what matters, is this a matter, what matters, what matters, can I matter, this matters, all of these things matters, what matters, what really matters, what matters. And the guy really seemed to be going crazy at some point about such a supposedly simple question. So I guess sometimes people don't have the real capacity of making sense out of the world in which they live. I don't want to discredit it as being crazy, so I prefer to add that to that the tag of maybe overall we're not doing a great job of letting even those who seem to be on the lower end to grasp part of those ideas, because to let literally anybody get what matters should be kind of a prerequisite of being here, At the end of the day, as long as you don't decide to go out earlier, you'll have to spend here on reality so much time that you might as well find what matters for the sake of also not having a tortuous existence. So yeah, I don't know. I am kind of losing my mind also, trying to change a little bit topics, because I have been hearing fucking drums in the background of my... what is this? My plaza? I don't fucking know where they are. And I hope they're not getting closer, because they have been for the past half an hour sounding. So if they were to come closer to here, I will sadly have to mute, and I don't know how long that will have to happen. So yeah, I don't know, kind of crazy, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Once again, final conclusion is I don't fucking know. I guess, yeah, kind of in that same sense, or well, not in that same sense, in a completely different sense. Also, what I keep wondering is how much people can really withstand or not different, overall different things. It doesn't really have to be negative, just different things that are out of their norms. It seems weird to me how much people is not willing to watch something that is completely new. I guess to a certain degree that still applies to me. I don't go searching only for the new things, because I guess I already know places in which I am going to find myself more comfortable and all of that, I guess. But the rest of the world don't even seem to be aware about that. And I mean, personally, now that I know it, I would have liked to know about it ages ago, instead of simply now. So yeah, you never really know, I guess. But well, basically that. I don't know. Once again, the good conclusion is always I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let me drink water, and I think we're kind of approximating the first break. Kind of crazy to see that. Kind of. I never expected to last so long today. Oh yeah, very well. So basically, I guess I might as well we're kind of close, as I said, to the first break. This is going to be my first idol meeting of the night. I hope the last two, but I still have to keep drinking water, so it might not be it might not be the first one. Maybe. I hope it is only this one and nothing else. Because if not, it gets kind of boring. But I don't know. We never know, I guess. But well. Kind of. Yeah. Here we are. Hello, welcome. Very welcome. I hope you are having a nice time zone. What the fuck? Just as I was talking to what is there. What's the chatting? I kind of finished my last topic just now, so far I am really just trying to see where to continue from. And I have been pretty much rambling as I on the background do other stuff because I had to organize myself. We are going to go out with some friends in some days, so I'm getting ready. And also, I decided that I might as well stream it. So yeah, here we are. Sadly, there is no handcam. I realized too late that I could have tried to do it, but we don't have it. Socializing, yeah. I mean, very nice always. I mean, it isn't real socializing, I would say. It is with my consistent group of friends, therefore we already know each other. So, yeah. I don't consider those type of things like real socializing. And you already know what to expect. It is like just would you consider, for example, being with your family socializing? I wouldn't do so. I think it is like you just simply get with your close ones and talk about things that seem to be interesting. Obviously, the first thing, as always, is to catch up with everybody else and see, okay, how are we doing? Start check on every sense possible. And after that, yeah, once again, get into the depths of rambling and the depths of going to different stuff that seems always interesting. Like, I mean, we for example, all of us live obviously here in Argentina. We were not that old to have people that doesn't even live here, so it is going to probably be a very big thing to talk about later. How things are going to turn out and all of that. So yeah, basically, it is more like a podcast, I will say. Not a real socializing event, more like just chatting with your friends, you know? Basically that, I guess. I don't know. But, I mean, obviously, not because I don't put as much energy as I could, it means that I don't enjoy it. Kind of the opposite. It is the best kind of thing. I wish I had the resources to make my friends live in that constant state of harmony, because certainly, at least, I think it happens with everybody, but at least in my case, when we have that chance of being in those places and being not in those places, being in those opportunities and discussing whatever we want, it is that we end up reaching very good talks, you know, and very good discussions. Like not simply good, as in wow, this football team is very interesting. No, as in the same type of thing that we talk about here. And I wish I had the possibility of supporting them financially to kind of adopt them, as you say. But here we are, still struggling. in a sense, I will try to say that probably in the future, if everything goes well, that is the problem. I don't know how long in the future, but if things go well in the future, they might appear. I don't know when. I guess, but yeah, I don't know. That thing seems all interesting, so it might as well be a benefit to have and all of that. Obviously, kind of a problem is going to be the language barrier, because I think from my group of friends, like one or two of them talks English, but I think two, or there might be a third one, but I have never really heard them. From those two that I know, they talk English. I don't really know if they are on a level even closer to the one that I am in. And obviously, I don't say it as, wow, I am the example here. No, I know that I'm incredibly bad. But if I am bad, they are going to be so much worse that it is going to be crazy. if we end up doing anything like that in the future. But kind of a problem the way I decided to kind of word it, because all of those things might as well happen years in the future, you know. We have to see how everything evolves nowadays for all of those things, to go well, you know. Whenever, aside from randomness itself, my estimations are around, I guess, 1 year and a half probably, to have the possibility of disclosing all of this project to them without worry whatsoever that it is only going to be precious, but rather it is going to be the real possibility of letting them know and letting them also experience all of these good things that are born from these things. And also, give me a second, because I saw a fucking insect and I don't even know what the fuck is it. What the fuck? Oh fuck, it is a stinky insect. This is so nice, man. Shit. Yeah. Okay, here I have it. Fucking shitty insect. Give me a second, because I need to properly trap this, and now I need to pop this fucking insect out of life. Give me a second. Okay, there it is. I think it is there, I hope. And even if it isn't, I already have it in so many layers of tissue that it might as well never see the light of the day once again. When's the guitar riff coming back? I might know. I can literally play it right now. I guess it could be kind of a good thing, because I mean, this is literally just chatting. There is no reason whatsoever to not have it. But I still haven't gotten around using Sammy. I have been also talking with somebody else about it, and it seems to be supposedly not so heavy, so that I could try to use it on my PC. Supposedly. There is no real confirmation so far, because on paper things tend to be different, so I don't really know if they are really going to work like that, or if I am going to find myself struggling to stream, because I had to add, for example, some filters, and one single filter to remove virtual noise, and I never expected to see like a 5% increase in my CPU because of that. So yeah, we are going to see how all of that stuff evolves, let's say. But yeah, basically yeah. I kind of lost myself because I saw the insect. I guess I never know how people organize themselves in that sense. If they also plan years ahead into the future, like I, for example, shall say that I tend to do or not. I think it is kind of necessary. I mean, at the end of the day, things don't really move that fast. And to have such fast expectations about reality is kind of damaging, because at the end of the day, even if we wish for things to move so fast, there is only so much time in a day, and there is only so much events that can happen. And obviously, even more, when things are out of our control, we can literally not change stuff. So it becomes more and more harder. Yeah, it is kind of implied. It becomes harder and harder for things to really go in ways that we wanted to go, I guess. But I don't know. Still, the desire for things to take less time is a challenge, I would say. I mean, I can try to make sense out of it, because maybe as we are young people, we believe that things need to happen fast instead of slowly being put into existence, let's say. And with that same concept in mind, kind of, we end up having the possibility of learning about how much reality itself is not so fast in some particular cases. Obviously, there are, I don't know, there is always the things that happen, and there is always those things, those events that end up kind of driving us towards those occasions in which obviously we see things going so much more faster than what we could have ever predicted. But aside from those instances, kind of accidents of life, the rest is very, very slow. So yeah, I don't know. Give me a second. Okay, so it is. So, I don't know. I think, yeah, kind of changing completely directions. I think it is kind of crazy to see that we still have no particular place where all of the questions that are born from the different jobs can get solved properly, let's say. We have people that tries to be consultants, but even then don't have all of the responses to our questions. I guess that is kind of crazy. I mean, I wouldn't expect my questions to be completely unique. I wouldn't see myself as somebody who is completely unique on what he has to say or he has to ask, or from others or for others or because of others. So I don't see why my questions have no response whatsoever. I'll re-establish from the rest, or there are already established, but in a sense of ways in which you literally ask and you get responses. I don't know. I use Quora and formally Yahoo Answers. Yeah, I mean, there are different places, but in general, there is no real consensus about where you should try to go and ask your different stuff. I mean, there is kind of idea that we have in that sense is you go and ask those who know, okay, where can you find them? Is the next question. Because it always depends on what you are asking about, where you need to go. And for example, here, if we're talking about audio quality, in my case, I had the luck of finding somebody who really seemed, selfless, and was wishing to really help somebody who had no capacity whatsoever of understanding hard terms. But if it wasn't for that, I would end up having to spend money, and I would have ended up probably even to change hardware. Not simply money, as in I would have needed to spend money on guiding human, and I will also have need to spend money on even quote unquote better hardware and all of that stuff. And now I don't even have to think about it. And it seems very crazy to see that so many things are still left kind of to chance, I would guess. But I don't know, I think in that same sense, it is those things what makes life interesting, At the end of the day, yeah, even if not everything seems so random, because there is a certain amount of randomness still, it feels very nice. Axel F, my man, amazing. You finally changed songs. I love you, Wonko. Okay, I think I might sing it right now because I also want to go to the bathroom. Let me see. If it isn't too long, I might sing it right now. Yeah, let me check that because I had been kind of holding back. As I said, holy no, I break the illusion. I fail as an entertainer and I said the B word. No, it was an idol break. Sorry. This is so bad. This is so bad. But let me see. Yeah, this is so sad. I did the worst thing possible. I literally forgot to say in Minecraft or something like that. Let me see. I have so many stuff in front of me, it is kind of hard to navigate towards my desktop mouse. No, my keyboard. Axel F. I never even heard this song. Axel F. Crazy Frog. Basically that is what you want to. I mean, you don't specify anything. There are like 20 different songs with the name Axel F. Yeah, wait, which one? Oh fuck. This is so sad. But I will keep doing what I was doing meanwhile. But yeah, I think that is kind of part of it. To see that we still are struggling kind of with all of those things is weird, at the very least. I mean, we could not be struggling, and I wouldn't even get angry, I wouldn't even get angry if we didn't have to struggle with stuff like that. At least personally, I would very much enjoy to get. I mean, I don't know even if there is a proper solution to all of those things. How can you try to assess where is it that you kind of want to go with stuff and all of that? It's hard, but I don't know. Once again, I don't know. I guess this is one of those days in which I simply ask too many things that I can't find a solution to. But I mean, that is the first step towards knowing, to accept that you know, and to open up the possibility to knowing something that you don't know. Wow. Also, okay, hello, welcome back again. Yeah, I was asking you the moment in which you said ads. There are like 20 different Axel F songs. I was going to guess the meme one, but just in case, which one? Crazy Bro? Okay. Then let me once again put this over here. Okay. Harold, Faltermeyer, Axel F, Beverly Hills Cop. But is this really a song? There is a karaoke, so I guess yeah, this is a song. I wouldn't have expected this to be a song. I thought it was more kind of dubstep, kind of crazy. I wouldn't have really expected this to be a song. So, okay. Let me. What the fuck? What are these? What are these lyrics? Oh my god! I cannot believe that. Okay, these are some real lyrics. Okay. I didn't thought that was what was going to happen. Okay, let me get stuff right then. I think I need to move this. What else? This shit is starting to stink. So yeah, let me hide this. Let me put this over here. I am literally still on the same spot as before. I don't know why. I guess I did something or something. I don't know. I I never changed my position. I am still covering the watermark. Amazing. Okay. Basically this also. Wait. I need to mute this and also allow this sound. Well, not that we are here. While I make the marker, I never checked. Is there some delay between the music itself and my voice? Because I try to make it sound at the same time, but I don't know if there is delay or not. I never checked. I have to be honest, I never checked if there is delay, like the music is 1 or 2 seconds behind or forward to what I am doing. But like annoying amount or just delay? Like, okay, wow, delay. Marker. Take this marker properly so that I can afterwards remove it from the wall because I don't want to get copyrighted. But yeah, basically that. So here we are, back to continuing with anything else. I don't know. Very crazy, basically. Very crazy. It has been so far a nice week. It has been, well, yeah, I mean, this, in a sense, it has been also one of the longest weeks I had to endure. This and the last one, I didn't expect that because I got sick, they felt so weird, and because I was sick, they felt so incredibly distorted, everything in time. But yeah, here we are, basically surviving. After everything else, we are still alive. And after having gone through any of that stuff, here we are existing so very well. Yeah, basically that. I mean, not that much more to add. Very fine. Being alive is the most important thing, and we are properly doing that so far. I guess in a sense, I have obviously, well, yeah. Sadly, I try to not address it so much because it is kind of, I guess, embarrassing to accept it. But yeah, the heat fucking kills me. So yeah, I have been missing so many streams this week, but I can't. I literally can't function when there is so much heat. I don't know. I hope I had a way to avoid it or something like that, but yeah, I can't. I wish I had it, but I don't. Well, I mean, I don't really know. It is part of the process to realize that at the very least it exists, I would say. And to try and work on all of that is also nice. I guess. I don't know. I always try to say, when I think about it, you shouldn't really be going through so much heat as a human, but maybe there is some utility behind that. Maybe there is something that I am missing in the way, or I don't know, some kind of logic that I am failing to see behind surviving such amount of heat instead of resortedly living life without overheating in the middle of the day, because out of nowhere the sun got so hot that we're going to die at this rate. I don't know. But well, I mean, on a more proper sense, on a more serious sense, what seems very weird so far is that I have been learning about this. Supposedly, we're getting near a new one of those solar rays waves, supposedly. And people, I mean, it was literally already talked about enough times, at least on my mind, to notice that it is a danger, and it is a really, really big danger to have it ignored, because it might as well get rid of a lot of technology based on antennas and such. But I don't know, maybe people don't have such notions, things that I wouldn't like to say, or maybe there is no real panic because we have finally prepared ourselves against those type of emergencies. I don't know. I don't think here at the very least I have seen any type of measurement taken for those type of possibilities. So I wouldn't believe that as a at least here we're going to be dealing great with the aftermath of such event in the whole world. But I don't know. I mean, it is always wonderful to see how resourceful the human is, always. You never expect to see somebody doing something very great, and out of nowhere, the human surprises you with their capacities of doing great things, and coming up with inventions and all of that. I mean, certainly, in that sense, the human literally is the only one contending and takes the first place. No one else is even close to being as similar to him. Can you? I mean, I can. Give me a second. This is so fucking sad. I had an oopsie. I almost broke something. Not completely, but I almost had an oopsie. Oh man. Oh no, this is so sad. After so many years. Let me see. I need to add it. I need to add a guitar riff from. I don't know why did I do it, but I completely removed the whole guitar riff source, so I need to search it first. I think I had it. What is it? Audio output? No. Media. Yeah. What the fuck? Media. Media. Add existing. Media. No. I completely removed the whole guitar media source. What the fuck? Make source visible, certainly. Browse. I think I had it at around 5% speed. I think. But let me check. Where did I have it? I think it was on my music, I think. No, it was on Lowe's, yeah. Here, now, yeah, on this music one. No? It isn't here? What is going on? Okay, no, it almost crashed. That is what happened. I don't know why. There are literally like 10 files. Why did this almost crash? What the fuck? Yeah. Everything lagged for a second, even the stream. So, yeah, we lost some frames. Quality content. Anyways, where do I have it? What? No, I don't have it here. I know where I have it. This happens because I don't organize my stuff. Let me see. Here, guitar. I think it was as 5%. Loop. And chorus file. Close file. Close file. Certainly. Why don't I have this shit? What? Huh? Why don't I have this set up automatically? I have all of the files open, even if I am not using them. I never check that. I am a professional streamer. What? What is this? Okay. Give me a second because I need to swap here to here. It should be on. No, I guess. So, what? It should be on. Ah, wait. It is too fucking loud. Yeah, there it was. Yeah, I forgot that I had it to also hear it myself. Sorry. Filters. No. Properties. Here. Fucking shit. Advanced audio. sorry for that. I didn't notice. Hello. Yeah. My bad. Sorry. I noticed that I had it too loud. Monitor and output. Oh wait, no, it sounds weird. There it is. Okay, it sounds normal. I think it sounds good now. It should be fine now. And let me also deactivate the clock. Sorry. Okay, there it is. There we have it. We are so back. I think it is still kind of loud. I guess. I don't know. I think I am kind of screaming now. Wait. Let me once again balance audio. Wait. There it is. 2% of audio. So well. Yeah. There we have it. Basically, we're back to our roots or something like that. Well, sorry. I was working on stuff. Hello, Jake. Welcome. I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're great. Sorry for the loudness. I didn't expect it to be so loud. I certainly didn't expect it to be so loud. Properties. Okay. I need to fix all of this stuff now, I guess. Not this one. Properties. Load image. Yeah, certainly I want to load the image when it isn't showing. Properties. Okay. I mean, now it is hearable, no? Yes, I guess. Okay. Give me a second because I also want to. I never realized that I had so many GIFs all playing at the same time. Close file. What else do I have stuff? I have. Okay, I have this. Properties. Unload, yeah. What else do I have somewhere else? I never noticed. Yeah. Now that I am finally optimizing my stuff, I have lost already like 2 or 3% CPU usage. I never noticed that I had such problem, my man. This is quality content. Okay, there it is, I think. With this, I shouldn't have forgotten anything else, I guess. So, well, basically, hello. Welcome back. But yeah, I don't know. I think I can finally continue with what I was doing. I lost myself because I got so surprised by my new discovery. So I don't know. Quality what? Content. What? My man, are you fine? Are you okay, Shake? What? What the fuck are you talking? What? Quality. What? I can't. Quality. What? I can't read that. Are you fine, Jake? Everything fine. Oh man, what a nice song this was. I certainly missed this song, but I guess, I don't know, kind of crazy to see it finally being brought back. Certainly, I guess, if we're going to simply chat, I could have it playing in the background. I mean, it is certainly a pleasurable experience to have it existing, you know? To hear it and to not worry about the problems of life, you know? No, I already forward to read the quality content. What? Which quality content? What do you have? What are you talking about? What? I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. But well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understood the concept after saying it like two or three times that it was quality content, but I didn't understand coming to what, as in why, in reference to what. What did I do? There is no quality here. No, we're not so negative on this place, but just some jokes. But well, I don't know. Potato. Thank you, my man. Shake. Certainly, we try to be something minimally enjoyable, you know. Huh? I don't know. I think you might as well be going crazy. I don't think that much of here as being quality content. I think out there you could find something better, probably. As in, I don't know. Yeah, not yeah. I know. But still, surprisingly enough, we have had no problems. This past how much? Yeah, after I changed internet service provider, I certainly haven't had almost any problems, I think. And at least with the streaming, I remember very clearly not having any particular problem. So very nice to see that. Very nice to not feel anymore like a constant dread about internet going to crash out of nowhere on me and as it used to happen before. Lose everything that was going on. Also, the fucking music is getting closer. What the fuck is going on with these people? Why is there a band marching at what time is it? Wait. Give me a second. It is 3 a.m. Why the fuck is there a band in the middle of the street? What the fuck is going on? Anyways, so if you were to be cooked, would you rather be a French fry or mashed potatoes? I certainly I don't know. If I had to choose, mashed potato, it is better like that. I guess it is tastier. I mean, the final objective would be yes, mashed potatoes, but those that have a taste like, you know, that also taste like fried potatoes at the same time. That is the peak quality content of food, you know? That is the best thing that you can have to eat. That is literally the best. And yeah, I don't know. I think we are at. I think there is no translation. Carnival here. So. That might be a reason. But if they really get too close, I might have to mute. Sadly. Because yeah, if not, we're going to out of nowhere start hearing beep 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 because they are literally only playing that on drums. I don't know. I guess I never saw something like that happening before, so I might go out and see on the street if there is people. What the fuck is all that buzz, as they would say? I guess my inner child gets interested. I don't know. I think it adds soul to the whole scenario that exists in front of us, let's say. But yeah, I am going fucking crazy now with the music on one hand, with my voice on the other, and with the band on the other. Please, something. Man, yeah. This finally turned into a sanity cultivation stream. Once again, we are so back. We are so in the zone right now, flowing and doing what we like to do the most, that is to ramble and to talk about the stuff that seems to have no cohesion whatsoever, yet that seamlessly flows into one another. I don't know, crazy, nice, always nice, but crazy still. So, wait, Mungum, are you going to play Mashon someday? When? Can you give us a date when you're going to play Mashon? Because I'm pretty sure you're going to be a good Mashon player. No, not to force it on you, but I'm pretty sure you should try to play Mashon. Mungum, please. What do you say? Can you play? Are you willing to play Mashon? It is. I certainly enjoy it. I mean, it certainly is a nice brain turn-off game when you understand the most basic rules. I guess people really get worried when they play. Yeah, I mean, not to really play professionally. Yeah, if I had to choose, well, kind of a good question. I think I wouldn't choose almost anything. I would rather prefer to talk. But if I had to choose any game, I guess. Let me think. Yeah, there is a certain type of game that we play here with cards. That is not Truco. I don't like Truco. I don't even know how to play Truco in reality. But Mago. That is what I like to play. And that is supposedly very similar to Mashon. Supposedly. I mean, I say supposedly because I had a very smooth transition from Mashon to Mago. I found that I knew like one or two rules already, without any expectation about it whatsoever. But well, very, very crazy. So wait. Okay, yeah, they are getting closer, but not to the point of where if I shut up, you can hear it still. So we're going to see if you can hear whatever is going on. And when the mic starts to pick up, I will have to mute or end. I don't know. I don't know also how long they're going to be doing their stuff over here. But I mean, also, sorry for not properly saying it. I saw it, say sorry. I mean, but you're one of those who plays for money or just for the sake of playing poker? I mean, yeah, basically that's the point, to play, to enjoy the game. Yeah, I don't know, I think I wouldn't really understand why gambling on things that are kind of random. I wouldn't like to gamble on stuff like that. I mean, in that sense, it is very similar to the lottery or similar, you know? To put luck in the middle is kind of damaging to the spirit, you know? Because people get too crazy sometimes when they see that, oh no, I could have gotten this hand or I could have gotten this other luck. There is a certain type of ability involved on both games, but also in which you lie and in which you fake your own hand to others, and in which you make others believe that what you have is so much more better. But the sad reality is, it still is kind of based on luck. You can get the best hand on either of those games, and you literally have nothing to preoccupy yourself about for the rest of the time. You can, on some, it isn't as in in poker, where you obviously can win the whole, points aspect, but you can get a very clean swept of points from everybody and almost secure a win. So yeah, I don't know. I think it is kind of crazy always to see how many people believes that those are good gambling games. Yeah. That's what I say. I don't know. I don't know why would you believe that they are good gambling games, but anyways, I mean, at least on the page that is the most popular, there is no money aspect to it, in the sense of people can't really monetarily gamble in any way whatsoever. So that feels nice. That thing in particular feels nice. The rest, yeah, it still is mashon, but to not have that pressure is nice. Holy shit, wait. But, well, I don't know, also, welcome. Are you going to play? Why not? Why do you not want to play? What is your reason that you are so against Mashon, man? It is literally one of the best games. It is, well, I mean, no, in reality, yeah. I don't know, I see it as the same as, for example, almost any game whatsoever that becomes popular for the sake of simply being popular. It is not the best because it is the best, but it is the best because people believe that it is the best, let's say like that. So, why not? Go. Try it. I mean, trying is always known good. Chess, yeah, I mean, chess, yeah, chess is incredibly based on skill. The same with Go. What was another game? With checkers, I think it was called on English. The one that has the red and black player. All of those games that are based only on skill are good. But those games that are kind of based on randomness, I don't see the point behind them. I mean, they are obviously good to have a conversation in the meanwhile, but I wouldn't in my life play them because I want to say that I am good at it. If I literally am the worst after years and years of playing, I don't care. It is not one of those games that I feel bad because I can't be the best or anything like that. On the other hand, if you notice that you're bad at chess, you notice that you're kind of the problem, because that is completely different. But Mashon, where you can get hands that are almost unusual, in that moment you say, wow, thank you game. But I don't know, I mean, kind of the strategy involved with all of that is also kind of crazy. I need that in my video, that feeling of getting better. Yeah, obviously, that is kind of the whole point of games. If there is no way for one to feel that they are getting somewhere, that they are, let's say, evolving as players, literally meaningless. But also hello Mickey. I don't know. Yes, this is fun, I guess. People seems to forget that you can really enjoy stuff. Yes, certainly Bob. But I don't know. As I say, Bunkum, I guess you could try to play it because it is enjoyable. I mean, it is a good game to play while talking. It is a good social game. Like, for example, what is? I mean, in that same sense, even poker, or what is another one? Well, almost every kind of luck-based game, poker, blackjack, all of that, all of those things are always good to socially play, and I don't know. I wouldn't say that it was the best thing to have. Certainly, it isn't the best, but it is entertaining enough, and it is, to a certain degree, okay, trying to not make it sound so harsh, because you have the social component of playing a game and having the excuse to having to concentrate on the game itself. You now also have the possibility of not having to worry yourself with I am paying attention or not, and I am following the conversation or not. I think that with a completely on conversation focused social environment, it gets kind of hard, I mean, it is kind of true also that, to a certain degree, poker is math. I mean, it always is. Mathematics, it is kind of the same as with some. You have the points and you have the different hands, and obviously, if you go for higher rating hands, you will get more points just because the hand that you have is already more valuable than others and all of that. But it doesn't really make it that much of a difference when you notice that there is still a factor of quote-unquote luck. As what I said before, sometimes you can get the best hand from the first moment. Sometimes you can literally get a hand that is unusable. And I think I haven't played that much poker, but I'm sure you can still get hands that serve almost no purpose at all. Obviously, in that sense, you can bluff a lot more in poker, and you can make people bail out instead of really playing against what they believe is a more dangerous hand. But the rest is still like there is only a certain limit that you can push. All of that is certainly not as much added value, let's say. Very few hands have no purpose. All are mathematics equally. Yeah. I mean, yes, but well, I mean, that is not a problem of poker. That is a problem of this version of Mahjong. You can also, in the normal type of Mahjong, or you have a lot more chances at faking your opponents. The table Mahjong, or the same thing, real life Mahjong. Supposedly there is a lot more occasions in which people bail out because they believe that you have a good hand. The same as with poker. You fake that you have a good hand, and people, because you are capable enough of doing so, believe you. Therefore, you might as well become the winner of that particular round. But I don't know. I mean, the point of all of those games is always to have a nice time. And luckily enough, I here plays for money, so very, very nice. Very nice. I don't know. I think I would kind of go crazy if I had to see that in my life a part of the money that I got had literally a luck-based factor. As in, there is always a certain amount of luck on everything, but to see it so much increase on other things, that is what I try to mean. To see that you might as well not really get a chance at having something good in 50 turns in a row or something like that. But one never knows. One certainly never knows. I guess those games are certainly once again something worth experiencing. I don't know. Going back into the whole point of this was Bunkum you should try to play Mashon. I guess taking into consideration that you seem always to be somebody who likes to talk, in the sense of you like to have chats with people, you might as well like it for that part, as I say. The social aspect of it is very nice, you know? And even more, I think in that sense, even, yeah, poker is more complex, you know? So you literally only have to learn like 2 or 3 rules, and after that you play, and the brain goes off from the game. The rest is incredibly easy. But no, why not? When you reach 10,000 followers, you should try to play Mashon with everybody. You should do a Mashon suathon, you know? That is our objective to, I don't know. You know, to try and do something like playing Mashon. Is good. Please, Monko. Not be so bad, man. We want to watch you play, you know? I want to watch you play. I am willing. Tarko. My PC can run it. I'm so my PC can run it. I'm sorry my PC can't run it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Shake. I love you, but my PC literally can't run. No, Shake. No. This is. I remember that I once tried to play Apex that isn't even as heavy as Darko on a PC, blue screen. That was a nice moment. That was an incredibly nice moment, you know? When you see the limitations of software and hardware being displayed in front of you, and you are made aware once again of how much you can and you can do. Oh man, what a nice thing to not be capable of playing good games, you know? But I mean, that is also kind of a trade-off that we were willing to take, and now we are here. Probably, I have thought about it like 3 times already. If I had a better PC, I probably wouldn't even be here, because I would have become more and more interested in more video games rather than to do anything more creative. Because I don't know, it is weird, you know, to find that video games can be so interesting and at the same time so crazy to spend time, let's say. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, to find games that are enjoyable in a healthy way is what matters the most. Kind of, for example, yeah, the same reason as to why here nobody says, oh my god, you're not playing this game, okay, you're not playing poker for money, you're not playing Mashon for money, you are doing so wrong. Literally don't care. But I don't know. I guess, yeah, there is still kind of the sad part, obviously, of not being capable of participating on everything that is like, you know, yeah, being there basically. To let other people enjoy being with you, in a sense, because at the end of the day, yeah, most of the times, play dates are only the excuse itself. At least I can accept it, that most of the time it is literally the excuse to be with other people. And I say, wow, I want to play something, and I only want to see those people, and I want to see how they are doing, or to talk with them because they are interesting and all of that, you know? So, they are, in a sense, yeah, completely necessary. But, there is still the downfall of, maybe, not maybe, you can literally find them on those games. It isn't that it might occur. No, you can find them. People that believes that it is only good to play those games or stuff like that. I don't know. It feels too much pandering and too much ranting negatively. So yeah. Do you have any question? I don't know. Also, I never noticed if the music was too loud and I got accustomed to it, or if now it is too loud and I want to lower it once again. Let me advance also the problem of this 2%, 1%. I think like this it is fine because it was getting too loud now that I had no more carnival going on the streets. I mean, I am going to do it the day in which I have a better PC. I mean, I can watch so many videos and I can play Tarko on my dreams if you want, but there is literally no other way for me to play Tarko, you know? My PC, and I mean it literally, I have a laptop that can't even run properly Half-Life 2. That is another thing that I couldn't run properly. I had lag spikes when I was on the first open area part. No. I wish. I mean, maybe the logical thing is always to try and get those games overall. But I don't know. I mean, well, I mean, in a sense, yeah, there is still that thing of what is it called? Nvidia GeForce and all of that. Now that I have the possibility of once again getting a better internet, I might have a chance at playing those games. But I feel we need to invest on a better internet. This is so sad. I know. I certainly don't know. But yeah, there is hope at the end of the tunnel. We have found a new spot to ignite, or I don't know. Bombilia, what? Bombilia, what? Certainly Bombilia, yes. Certainly. I don't know in reference to what, but yes, I can agree that Bombilia. Also, okay, we're kind of getting closer and closer to me finishing. Finally, after how much I have been here? Almost 3 hours working on getting everything right. So yeah, very, very nice to see that it took me so long. But well, I kind of got rid of what could have been multiple days of procrastination all in one single day. Certainly, Shadow-Amate. Certainly, literally a Shadow-Amate moment, you know? But I don't know. I mean, okay, water. Okay, I never noticed how incredibly annoying it was to watch when it decided to work. I should kind of try to take notes about it. Um, I wish, my man. I mean, I don't know. You can try to think about mate simply as what is it? As tea, you know. I don't think you will drink a potato starch with your tea. Maybe, I mean, I wouldn't negate the possibility of any kind of potato snack with mate being amazing. That I won't negate, but I don't know if going as far as to have potato starch. No? I mean, you can try it. I might not, you know. I am there is a limit to everything. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I certainly don't know anymore. I think here where I hmm? Yeah. I think I know who you are talking about. This guy who uploads at least I know him from the YouTube videos. He certainly uploads literally mate, nothing else. But I mean, he's entertaining about it at the very least. You know, I guess certainly a problem is as he did to make it a literally central point of your character as a human being, but it is good. It is aside from that problem itself something good to have. I mean, I I wouldn't say good. It is like a coffee. I wouldn't say it is good, but I wouldn't say that it is bad too. It's a tool, another different tool. And I don't know, on that same sense, something that has literally nothing to do with this, but drugs. Supposedly, I guess this is more known to other people. I just now, I think I heard again about it now that alcohol is categorized as a category 3 uh, dangerous substance, as in almost on par with cocaine in the amount of dangerous. I never expected to see that. So I I have I have more on study to do on that. Certainly interesting. I never expected to. I know that we're finally kind of swapping that mentality out. Oh no, alcohol is thirst in any way, but I never expected it to be so critically bad. I mean, supposedly there is no benefit here, but to completely discard that. Well, I mean, no. Yeah, that is what I was thinking about before. There is supposedly a kind of benefit that I can see behind drinking alcohol, and that is the whole social inhibition that it brings to the person, you know? The possibility to literally not pay attention to social cues and to be kind of more disinhibited, basically. When socializing with others is kind of good, but if the person has a tendency towards being aggressive, in that moment it becomes dangerous. And I don't know, I guess the complete trade-off of being more functional because you want to be disinhibited might as well not be worth it, I guess. But I don't know, kind of crazy. I am still learning out of that. I don't know. Mm, I don't know. So, I can say, yeah, certainly. I don't know if you're referring when they are on alcohol or overall, but yeah, in whichever sense that you're referring, people is weird. And sometimes, nah, almost always, they are weird, you know? Mm-hmm. Or are just side characters in someone's main story. Yeah, certainly, but it doesn't really make anybody be the main character, let's say. When you can notice that it is that you can kind of become free to a certain degree, because what matters is not to try and become the main character of everybody's life, or rather you just want to live your life, and do what you want with your life. And obviously, I mean, I might be saying too much stuff all at once, because I might be giving too many things as already known, but here it is. You simply want to live your life as good as you can. You want to have objectives that are attainable to you, and you don't want to really worry about others, like, oh no, is this guy perceives me as the main character on his life too or not? You should simply live, because in reality there is literally no way whatsoever in which you can become for the whole world the main character in any way. Literally in any way, there is no possibility for that to happen. So you might as well simply have to want to try and have a good life. But I don't know. In that sense, it is that the whole question is always, wow, how can I do that? I mean, it never stops being kind of hard. And even more, it never stops being kind of not only hard and painful, because you have to sacrifice the notion of can I be more important than somebody else? And I mean, we have an ego for something particular, and to not feel it is kind of detrimental, I would say. But I don't know. I certainly don't know. That is one of those many questions that exist that, at least so far, haven't been properly explained. Can we completely get rid of our egos or not? We have the possibility of sometimes, in some particular occasions, getting rid of them. Mostly, obviously, with substances, but the rest is not so possible. Life is too hard. Yeah, I mean, certainly, but I don't know. It never stops being weird to see that. Also, not thinking has its consequences. As it has to think, obviously, but not thinking also has its consequences. So, to decide and to stay in ignorance is kind of a lie. I mean, that is what I thought some time ago. It is true that supposedly ignorance is bliss, but the reality is you only think about it like that because you literally don't know the good sides that are born from knowing. If you had the possibility of seeing all of the good things that existed because you had the knowledge about the good things, you might as well rather be somebody who knows. But if you let, more than anything else, also, if you let other people influence your capacity of deciding to know or not, based on, oh no, they are putting pressure for me to not learn, or for learning even, you might as well need to rethink those things. To a certain degree, it is true that, yeah, people can be guidance, but that's it. Guidance, not complete rulers over what you are as a human entity, And well, oh my god, after almost 3 hours, I have finally finished getting everything ready. I will now need to put this all on its place, but I have finally finished. My man, very well. So, I guess, yeah, that's it. So, guys, oh, hello, guys. I saw that you were streaming today. Were you? I think it was a reference to dubstep. Were you making music today, or were you simply playing? Hello, my man. I hope whatever it was that you did, you had a great day, and I hope you were able to enjoy it. Here we are. Yeah, sadly, quote-unquote, finishing. Let you think, what? Yeah? I work on Vtuber. You're getting a Vtuber, what? Man, no, I am missing so many streams, this is so sad. Okay. Wait, You're doing it on streams then? This is interesting, man. Wait. I mean, if somebody, I guess, certainly, I think I watch you, like, I watched you last time when you were, what was it that you were doing? You were playing, I wanted to do it after playing, yeah, I think, well, I don't know number exactly, but one of those very early ones that you creating music, and after that, I certainly struggle with time. I think, yeah, time is a concept. Let's leave it at that, you know. But yeah, I certainly wish I didn't have to fucking sleep so I could watch it. You know, that is the final desire of this tiny potato, you know. But well, I was, yeah, I will try to go there and try to watch and try to see what is going on. I mean, very interesting. if there are so many changes, I guess, yeah, I haven't properly slacking my reps, sadly enough. But well, I don't know. Okay. Oh, no problem, Seth. Thank you. Well, I mean, thank you for being here. Remember to stay safe as always. And well, in reality, we're kind of going to close in a bit. I don't really have that much more to do. I finished my work, so not work. I finished my obligation, and yeah, we are only going to organize everything so that I can store all of it later. But yeah, thank you for being here, Jake. Also, I guess I want to get out of sleeping. This is so sad. Things are strange, but why? I don't know. I mean, if you're worried about it, I guess, yeah. But if you're enjoying it and there is no real reason to change it, why do it, man? That is the real question. Why change what you're doing if you feel great with it? Insinuating? What? Insinuating? What? What are you insinuating? What are you going to be insinuating, my man? What? 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 I don't know. It is kind of crazy to see people advancing, you know. I mean, it certainly is never ending the amount of people that does stuff. Functional. Are you listening? That he doesn't create functional stuff? But yeah, I guess it will be fine to see it. I mean, it already is functional, but you had ideas or where did it came from that you wanted to transition into that? New programming and all of that? Or certainly some crackhead stuff sometimes, but not always. I mean, it is more than anything else for the funnies, you know? Not for the sake of, I don't know. I think a real crackhead move would be this machine that devices where the needle should go. You know? But we is a more haha funny type of crackhead. But yeah, I mean, I guess then if you're ready on that grind, as you say, it is going to go great. I hope, certainly. At the end of the day, well, as always, any project will take some time, so I hope you have enough to give it as much as it needs, because certainly, no matter what you want to do, if you rush stuff, it might be kind of clumsy, and even more with engineering, because that stuff is precise sometimes. But I mean, trying is never bad, and doing your efforts is never bad. So yeah, I don't know. I have faith in you. I will try to pass there. I wasn't sorry. Sorry for not doing my work. But yeah. Let me see. Did I forget to store something like this? No, I think I did. So. Yeah, let me this over here. You have already started. You have already started streaming. Or I mean, the career. The career. You're talking about the career of computer engineering. I mean, yeah, I remember that you talked about it before, but is it in any way similar to more functional stuff? I mean, I guess it is because you're still learning coding and all of that, but I wouldn't believe that even transition that many stuff into usable concepts. I would say, I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe, I mean, obviously, already having learned coding and all of that is a very big step forward, and even more, a very big possibility towards even greater things. So, in that sense, very nice. Not that I guess, I say, I see. It can be observed. But well, yeah, we have a very big incoming project in the Geyser scene. The music, Geyser, the problem is the music is at 1%. There is literally nothing else I can do. The music is at 1%. I just in case change scene or refresh the scene, but it is at 1%. Is it still too loud? Just in case I refresh, but it should be the same. Because I am pretty sure I have no problems with audio in that sense. I could try to do this. There is this minus 46. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. No, that is my problem. That I don't get close enough to the microphone. Sorry. I don't know. The problem is I have to be so close that it tends to peak on one hand and on the other. You start to hear too many mouth sounds, you know? So basically that I feel kind of disgusted thinking that somebody has to hear that, you know? I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's everything I can say. Well, yeah, I have been trying to stretch it, but no, for meals, what? Thank you so much. Hello, everybody, welcome. Thank you for milks. We're literally just chatting, so I can't give much context about what is going on. We're literally just talking. I hope you had a great stream. If you want to talk about it, we're completely open to hear how it went. And as always, if you want to take a break, there is literally no problem whatsoever. Because certainly it is true that streaming is kind of tiring. So it is always welcome to do whatever is needed for the streaming. And also on the other side, yes, hello everybody. This is me, the grupo, Potato, here we are, chatting. I think I already said it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I try also to remember that I shouldn't get my head far from the mic, but it is on my nature to move my head. I mean, I don't know. I try to not get too far from the mic, but I can't. I I can't avoid it. That is the real thing to say. And also, yes, my show. Sorry. Sorry for not doing it. There it is. 024 minutes. Sorry for forgetting. Kind of late, but yes. I read artist. I very read Satsu. I think I read karaoke also, but she might differ. I don't know. But yeah, that. I don't know. I I was trying to remember what it was. I think we have talked about so many stuff so far. It is kind of crazy, you see. I wouldn't have expected at any point in time to really go for so long and even more to discuss so many things. I guess that is the funny of this, and that is even more obviously the fun part about it. To see how many things you can always find interesting, and to see how many things you can keep doing that always feel interesting, let's say, because to a degree, you wouldn't, at first, maybe you wouldn't expect to see so many things that are out of nowhere, nice to do, and very chill to do, obviously. But with time, you end up learning that what is comfortable is also very not simply interesting in the sense of good to do, but how to say it? Because it is comfortable, it is that the rest can also enjoy it. As in a sense, when you create something that is comfortable, those who decide to observe what you are creating have the opportunities also feeling that kind of emotion that emanates from what you create, I would say, I don't know. And in that sense, it is that, yeah, very crazy for that same reason to see how many things can be, I guess, obviously, to a certain degree, based on a personal basis, what is comfortable only for you, but it always is nice to keep trying. I mean, to keep trying to see what is comfortable for you, to keep seeing if you haven't found something of proper comfort on your end, to see whether you can take it. I have on this area. I think automation. That is a different degree. What is that? A different degree, my man? What? Why is that a different degree? I understand the concept. Why is that a different degree? Very interesting. I mean, it is always nice. I mean, better response, sorry. Automation is always interesting, you know. To a certain degree, it is almost unavoidable to want to have more automated stuff, you know, and very nice. But industrial automation, I believe it was more technical automation. Oh yeah, understandable. But industrial isn't like a heavy machine industry and all of that. I mean, you can really apply, or can you try to apply it? Any of that into any particular more on what is it? House-based field instead of, as I said before, big machine, because industrial is that basically industries, or is it more automation in the whole what is it, chain of events or something like that? I don't remember the other name. Chain of commands, no. I think you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, in that same sense, that is also that I try to say it like, there are so many things you could try to do. Obviously, once again going back into it, as long as you enjoy it, that is the funny part about it. If you can enjoy it, others can enjoy it. And to let it be born from that place is the important part. There is certainly no pressure to make things different. I guess. It's more focused on the industrial side, but for me to pick it up for home purpose, it's will be simple. Yeah, I mean, there is always some tiny amount of knowledge that you can carry from one area into others, and that you can try to transform. But the main question is if by default it was like that, or if you're going to have to scratch your head a little bit trying to see how you can adapt what you already know into these new areas and all of that. I mean, kind of as when you learn coding itself. When you learn coding, you learn one specific language, and if the other languages that you learn use the similar patterns, then you can carry that knowledge. But if you learned coding, if you learn coding on C++, I think you can carry that much into Java, for example. So it always depends on how much you can properly or easily carry. That is what I am trying to get at, because at the end of the day, I don't know. as long as you can find it interesting, there is literally no reason to stop, man. Maybe there is always an even greater thing to keep doing. I don't know. That is kind of a good thing to ask also. If the projects that you yourself have are kind of turnarounds or centered, let's say, on more particularly big projects, or if you are still deciding on the list itself, but it always is up to you what you want to do. Once again. So I'm kind of starting to see things that are not there. So to not make it be more critical than what it is, I think I can't say much more. I think we are kind of fine, and I think this is a good point to raise by. I think this is a good time to call it a here. I mean, yeah, certainly we lasted more than 3 hours, and I didn't even expect to go for 3 hours. I mean, it is already 4 a.m. and I certainly would enjoy some rest. Not that much, but some rest, So yeah. I mean, I don't know, kind of crazy. A little bit of a personal side. I didn't even expect to be alive today because I had 4 hours of sleep. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I don't know how. I didn't rest in the meanwhile. I took a nap or something like that. So very nice to see that I was capable of lasting so much. And well, as always, in the meanwhile, obviously, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, thanks for looking, thanks for watching the wall. As always, thanks for the ride to 4 weeks. And well, obviously, I could try to do it. I might not. Thanks to the also chat, as always. It is kind of implied that if there is no chatting, it might as well be more rambling than simply, this. Whatever this is, this. But well, oh yeah, I love my decision paralysis, man. Let me see. As I have not properly recorded who I have read last time, I will have to base myself on my completely destroyed memory. So I guess, yeah, certainly I can't estimate who I raided and who I didn't raid. This is so bad. This is incredibly bad. There is a toggle for that, no? I think I can try to check that. Or I might not, because it is easier that way, yeah. We're going to raid. Who? I found somebody. We're going to raid there. Also, PC don't crash, man. Pero... Oh, man. Well, as always, what a very nice stream, I guess. But yeah. Okay, there it is. Let me copy this. And yeah, as I said, as it is kind of necessary, as long as we have the possibility, we're going to raise somebody. In this case, wait, did I mute the music? No, I'm losing it. I am completely losing it. That is what's happening. But yeah, as I said, we're going to raid. In this case, we're going to raid Abigail Croc. Abigail Croc. What was it? I can't even remember. I think it was Abigail Crocodilus, the Mississippiensis or something like that. I think it was the full name. But yeah, basically, we are going to simply go to somebody who is playing Fishing Planet. A very nice, also chill chatting game. And well, as I said before, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, thanks for looking everybody. And thanks for everything that happened. Remember to stay safe, remember to stay nice. And also, whenever we had the opportunity, we're getting back here. And if we don't at the very least, we'll show you what we had here. Now, as I said before, yes, we're going to read who Abigail Crocodilus Mississippiensis doing Fishing Planet. Everybody stay safe, stay hydrated, stay rested. Now, yes, goodbye. Bot isn't working, so no raid message, I guess. Goodbye. Raid. Oh, wait, this